Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Stefan.
How are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
I'm
Sally.
good.
Excellent. How are you, Sally?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Okay. So today we're going to do something very different. Um, you guys are going to have a conversation. So I got a few topics here. You guys are going to ask each other questions about and answer each other. Okay. And then we will also look at some extra or additional questions or ways to answer. So let me just quickly see here. The first one. Oh, wait, let me change the color. Let me change the color. Yes. Okay, so there are your questions. Now remember, try to answer in full sentences. So Sally, Kelly, you guys are going to ask each other questions and answer each other. But remember, try to answer in as full sentences and as full answers as you possibly can. Okay? So Kelly, when you're ready, you can start the conversation. The first topic is about social media. Is it good or is it bad? So Kelly, can you please ask Sally this question?
What are your favorite social media apps and why?
Um, I I favorites my favorites social media apps uh is yellow. No,
And Sally, can you say again? Oh, Zalo. Okay. And or is it
and uh and Facebook.
okay, Sally? Which on which one do you spend the most time?
Um, is help me communicate with friends.
Okay, but on which app do you spend more time on Zalo or on Facebook? Which one do you use most?
Uh,
Which one do you use most?
I use yellow the most.
Okay, why do you use Zalo the most?
Because is help me communicate with friends.
Okay. What's wrong here with mine? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put each answer next to the question and then yes. Okay, Sally, you can ask Kelly the next question.
Have you ever taken a break from social media and how did it feel?
Yes, I have. I feel really funny because I can share and upload my pictures, contact with my friend, everywhere.
Okay. Let me just see how am I going to space these answers. The first one there. Okay, Kelly, can you ask Sally the next question?
Do you think social media makes people more connect with or more lonely?
I think um, social media
Social.
makes people more make people more connected.
Because?
Um, mm,
Yeah.
Um,
be-
because you can share experiences and messages instantly. Okay, Sally,
uh,
can you ask the last question?
yes. How do influencers affect the
Influencers.
way uh teenagers think
Teenagers.
teenagers?
Okay, so how do influencers affect the way teenagers think, Kelly?
I think if you spend much too much time to on social media, I think uh
Hmm.
is will is not good. Uh,
Okay, so let me quickly see what I can do here. No, no, no. Okay. Um, there we go. Okay, so I want you guys, I'm going to read the questions and your answers. And we are going to practice this until you can speak them fluently or more or less fluently. So let me quickly just do this. Just move everything so that it's easier to read. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to put this one on this side. Okay, so just listen to me quickly first, and then I'm going to ask each one of you to repeat your question and your answer. So let me just say here, so that I'm not confused. This is Sally speaking. This is, oh wait, Kelly speaking. And again, this is Sally. And the last one is also Kelly. Okay, so quickly listen to how I say the words in the questions and how I say the words in your answers. Okay, so pay attention. The first question was, what are your favorite social media apps and why? And then Sally, you said, my favorite social media apps are Zalo and Facebook. I use Zalo the most because it helps me communicate with friends. Sorry, I missed a word there. There we go. It helps me communicate with friends. Okay, then the second question, Sally, you asked, have you ever taken a break from social media and how did it feel? Kelly, you said, yes, I have. It felt unusual. I couldn't share my pictures and talk with my friends. Okay. And then Kelly, you got the next question. Do you think social media makes people more connected or more lonely? And Sally, you said, I think social media makes people more connected because you can share experiences and messages instantly. Last question, how do influencers affect the way teenagers think? I think if they spend too much time on social media, it won't be good for them because they will believe everything people say about them. Okay, so Sally, before we go over this again, I want you to repeat after me. Social media.
Medias.
Can you say it again? Social media.
Social media.
There you go. Can you also say break?
Break.
Okay. What was the other one? Influencers
Influencers.
and teenagers.
Teenager.
Agers.
Teenager.
There you go. Okay. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do is, Kelly, I want you to read your question, and Sally, I want you to read your answer. Okay? So, Sally, Kelly, you can start.
What are your favorite social media apps and why?
My favorite soccer
Social.
media. Soccer.
No, social.
Social media apps are Yellow and Facebook. I use Yellow the most because it is help me communicate with friends.
It helped me. Sorry.
It helped me.
Communicate with friends. Okay, Sally, can you ask the next question?
Have you ever taken a break from social media? How did it feel?
Kelly?
Yes, I have. It felt unusual. I couldn't share my pictures and talk with my friends.
Kelly?
Do you think social media make people more connected are more lonely?
I think social media makes people more connected because you can share experience and
Experiences.
experiences and messengers instantly.
Perfect. Okay, Sally, last question.
Uh, how do influence
Influence.
how influencers affect the way teenagers think?
Okay, let's try it again, Sally. How do influencers
How do influencers
affect
aff-
the way affect
affect the way
teenagers?
teenagers think?
Kelly?
I I think if they spend too much time on social media, it won't good for them because they will believe everything people say about them.
Okay, so let's do it again. Okay, so Sally, I'm going to help you again. If you read the word social, the C is pronounced like an S. So you can imagine social is written like this. Okay, social.
Social,
So,
social,
yes, social, not social. It's not the SH sound, the S, the first S. It's not an SH, it's only an S. SO. So, shall. Okay, so let's try it again from the beginning. Oh, wait. Oops.
social.
Yes. Okay. So, Kelly, can you ask the first question again?
What are your favorite social media apps and why?
My favorite social media apps are Yellow and Facebook. I use Yellow the most because it helps me communicate with friends. Have you ever taken a break from social media? How did it feel?
Yes, I thought it felt unusual. I couldn't share my pictures and talk with my friend. Do you think social media makes people more connected or more lonely?
Uh, I think social media makes people more connected because you can share experiences and messages instantly. How do influencers affect the way teenagers think?
Teenage.
I think if
Yes. Continue.
I I think if they spend too much time on social media, if it won't be good for them because they will believe everything people say about them.
Perfect. That's way better. Okay. So, Sally, just a quick reminder. This is influencers. This also has a S sound. Influ, like the flu. Influencers. Okay. And this is teenagers. But we'll work on that. Don't worry. Okay, let's go to the next part. I'm quickly going to save these answers before I delete them. Let me quickly do this. Oh, come on. Whoa. Oh, no, 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 no. That was the wrong thing to copy and paste. Perfect. Just give me a moment. I want to quickly, no, give me the apps. Thank you. Okay, this one we can delete that one. And oh no. Oh, there you are. Phew. Almost thought I lost everything. That won't be nice. Okay, the next one is this one. And then the last one is this one. Oh man. Okay. There we go. Let me just clear all these drawings. Let's go into the next one. The ideal school. So we have, again, 4 questions. Okay, let's start with Sally this time. Then Kelly, Sally, Kelly. Okay, Sally, when you're ready, you can ask the first question.
Yes. Would you keep traditional classroom or do something different?
This is about school.
I think um, I would keep traditional classroom
Because, Kelly, because,
because I like this uh uh traditional
okay, let's say something like because it has worked for, okay, let's say this way, because this method has worked for many years. Okay, Kelly, can you ask the next question?
yes. How would you make learning more fun or useful?
Um, I think um, I think um, find joy in learning.
Say again.
I think find joy learning. Uh,
Okay, but remember, finding joy is very different than making learning more fun. So let me help you, Sally. I think I would let students study on, let's say, tablets or computers, and introduce more games during lessons. Okay, Sally, can you repeat this answer?
I think I would let students study on tablets or computers and introduce more games during lesson.
Okay. Sally, ask the next question.
Should students be able to choose their own subjects earlier?
Yes, I think students should choose their own subjects because they can choose the subject what they're good at and learn it earlier.
Okay, last question, Kelly.
What kind of teachers would your school have?
I think uh, I think my school have a good teacher.
Okay, good and well educated.
Yes.
Okay, so this word is pronounced tutors. And okay, before our time is up, let's quickly go through it again. So, Sally, ask the first question.
Would you keep traditional classroom or do something different?
I think I would keep traditional classroom because it's uh
Because this
me
method,
can you repeat?
because this method
Because it's methods and work for many years.
has worked for many years. Okay, Kelly, next question.
How would you make learning more fun or useful?
Um, I, um, I think I would let students study on tablets or computers and introduce more games during lessons. And
Perfect. Okay, now that was our time. Thank you guys. You did well. I'm going to send this with some additional words I would like you guys to go practice saying. Okay. Um, I will also add a way to make you understand how to say the words and make it what will make it easier. That you should go practice. But thank you. I will see you guys again. Bye, Kelly. Bye, Sally.
Goodbye.
goodbye, teacher.